Well, I don't know if the radio will get a copyright. Let's turn it down. Drum beat for We Will Rock You. Yes, I thought I'd fit these lights first because what I intend to do, I've took the 12 volt socket off, which I was worried about, and I was pleased that revealed underneath was two proper terminals, although the wire had already worked itself bloody loose. Crimps are just crap, aren't they? You squeeze them like hell and they're still... Well, you're meant to double them back on themselves so they actually grip properly. Well, you're meant to crimp them twice. Or, in the past I've put black silicone in just to help it hold. I do have some clear Gorilla Glue. Maybe a drop of that on a cotton bud. Yeah, anyway, what I'm going to do, when I'm on the unlit motorway on the way home from work or going to work, I've been plugging this in, and it's been getting loose lately because that's a new one I fitted, which is the optimizer battery charger. But this, the one that was on here, was ancient, and look at the colour of the copper inside. Is that just filth, or is it an indication of it shorting out? Can you see? It's just discoloured. Is it guns? Because guns will get in there. You know, water getting in the socket. Oh, that's a socket, that was the plug. Well, that's even worse because the plug was exposed. So I'm hoping it's just guns. So what I'm going to do is wire them up to there and also run a cable the full length, well protected, join it up with that. So when I flick that switch, which is the old Oxford wraparound heated grip switch, it'll power the auxiliary lamps for lighting up on the deserted, unlit bloody motorway. I'm glad it is quiet at the moment. That motorway is terrible, and the potholes that are around, that's why I want these to be secure. They'll probably get jarred loose. Trouble is that Gorilla Glue takes a while to dry, so I usually drop a super glue and get it on my fingers. I'll have a sit down. Yes, with all this wind, it's blowing twigs about. So when I want to rest, I'll resume the position again. I miss that tree. It sort of blocked me in, and now everything's exposed. My plastic ivy's on, £3 for 6 metres. I got 6 bags in all. That's nice, isn't it? That's some bloody plants. No sign of life there from last year's little plantation. Rhododendrons, I think, were in there. But I just checked my bank balance after. I don't know whether it were wise or not, but my niece is in trouble financially in Australia. And when she got married in 2015 to that rich businessman, it was this time of year. And because it was my birthday, she sent me £300 cash in my birthday card. And I've always felt uncomfortable with it, so, because she's struggling now, she's divorced. I said, I always considered that a loan. I'll send it you back. No, I said, yeah, I will. So I've always felt uncomfortable accepting it. So I'll send it back because it's payday. So I have done. She was very grateful. But £300, you know. Yeah, I'll leave these bare. I'm going to say I could get some cheap plants, but I'm not spending anything I shouldn't have to this month or next month. Silly really, what we waste money on. I told my mate at work, oh, pubs are... I said, I'm not going on any bloody pub crawls. He's talking about £60–70. Taxes and a curry afterwards. I said, no, I'm not interested in pubs anyway. Pub crawls just make you feel ill, don't they? Right, well, I'll get on with this job. I'm not filming any of it, it's all basic stuff. If it all lights up nicely, without blowing a fuse, I'll film that bit. Yes, I'm right in the thick of it. I've done the other little job first. Well, clean the fork legs, put some air core nuts on that fender extender I got. Although, like I said, I should have maybe took the other one off and tucked it behind the other one. Well, whatever. It's a mud guard, isn't it? All this getting up, going down, getting up, going down. I'm knackered. Yeah, the other little job was fitting those new LEDs. I'm not sure if they're underpowered or not. They all come on at once now, instead of fiddling around here. All there is now is the charger and the optimizer. No more farting around plugging it in. So it's just an occasional light booster on poorly lit roads. 51 LEDs. Where's that one that pinged out? They're fully lit now. I tested it with that little crappy battery inside, so that must have been, well, the digits depleted. So, like I said, I'm going home from work. Stop at them traffic lights before I join the motorway, flick them on, and lit up like a Christmas tree. Right, so that 2 kgs. I just took off the old relay. Now I dolloped a load of silicone in before, thinking it'd keep water off, but of course it can keep water in. You don't look too corroded. But the actual switch for the horn operation button, they were knackered, full of goody, like green guns. So I just put 2 new terminals on and put a blob of super glue in and then sprayed it with that activator. I'm just hoping it hasn't iced anything up and you'll still get a good connection. I've tested it with my little lights. I've got a little tester. All you do with that is it's just to determine which is positive. So you stick it in the one you think's positive, touch the other on an earth, which I use that. It lit up luckily. So there is a good positive supply banging through to that little terminal. So why were the intermittents? Maybe it is the horns that are just crap. Because they're designed for cars, aren't they? These were ring ones, and I've got some even better ones from eBay inside, which I've had for a few months. And ring are a good make, and I turn them sideways so water doesn't get in. But is it vibration? In a car, they're in the engine bay, behind a load of plastic, and probably pointing down. Look, well, if I've done all this for nothing, it's actually the horns, but like I said, it needed changing anyway. The cables are all brittle. Yes, I'm puffing and panting, up and down, up and down, up and down. The mechanics in the bike shops earn every penny of the £75 an hour. Eh? What? Eh? Well, they're not paid that. No. Actually, there's a job going at Philip Hughes. It said panel van driver to collect and deliver bikes, and then cleaning bikes part-time, £9 an hour. Imagine doing this for a job, up and down, although they have ramps, don't they? The people have got ramps. Right, so fit it all together. I'm glad I've I've rescued it. It was a little, what was it for that? It was designed to keep the water pipe away from something. And I've used it before, you know, that was inside there with a sticky pad and then filled it full of silicone. Right, I'll carry on. I've also put some of this see-through clear Gorilla Glue. Good stuff, it dries like resin, and I put it in there just to line those outlets I cut down, so they were rattling slightly. See if it helps. Hope it doesn't all vibrate loose again, all my wiring. Try to make a neat job and give good crimps. It's all in the crimping action. That's that one I took off. Don't bother with them, they waste a bloody time and they're dangerous. They just break off inside and short out. I think my theory is correct. That rather than the relay and the old wiring, it's a crappy orange. You mustn't stand up to, well, what? Salt spray has been off work. January 8th to March 15th I've been off work. Hardly been out of the house on it. You're just crap, aren't you? But I think that's the only explanation, the crap horns. The other ones, them blue ones, were $9.99. These were $19.99, and I've got some, I forgot what they're called, but they're a good make inside. They were $25, and these were ring ones. Anyway, that's what I said about the brass tube I got from B&Q. Feed the live feed. I'm going to have to split, because I didn't get a 5. If I got I should have got that 5 outlet one, 5 pin relay. But I'm going to have to make a little connection to split it in two to send the live feed across to the other horn. There's that heat shrink. Yeah. I don't really need that, but I think, because it's just the right length, and there'll be extra insulation. Yeah, I'll feed it on and warm it with my little gas lighter inside. Oh, my back. I need to have another sit down and another cup of tea. I've been on my extra strong tea to try and keep me awake, but I'm going to need some painkillers. I've got a few left, 6 cordamol left. Yes, heat gun. I do have a heat gun in there, but I might as well use this. It's just a shock to the system, isn't it? Like I said, going back to work after 2 months, although I did try to keep busy. My name is Jack and I live in the back. What am I doing? I've got a wider one there, that's no good. This is just right. I'll knock this off because it's going to get copyright. Right, well, brass tube, 2 layers of heat shrink on. Excessive wire because I'm going to connect it to the other horn, of course. And that 2 into 1, which I'm not happy about, or 1 into 2 on a twerp. The alternative, of course, is to twist it onto one connector, but that wouldn't be wise either. Anyway, I shall carry on. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, the reason I've covered that in the heat shrink, because when it was the other one, the plain brass one, it slid about. I used metal tie wire, you can get metal ones, and it just slipped backwards and forwards, so this will grip better, won't it? Although I've no metal ones left on if the car shop has any. Something I forgot because plastical. It might be alright using plastic tie, zip ties, but because the engine gets rather hot, I imagine it'll go soft and possibly snap. So that's something else to consider. Ginger, what's your scar? It's nearly gone, hasn't it? In fact, it has gone. It's grown over already. Goodbye. Hey, don't go out there, Ginger. Well, I've just tested it, so I thought I'd film the last bit of the palaver. Anyhow, of course, I have to tidy this up. I've made it blue wire from the battery this time. I was going to put some insulation on that. It's live wire. It's been alright for the past, how long did I do that? Oh, 10 years. No, when did I get the bike? Got the bike in August 2012 and I replaced the horns the year after, I think. The single horn, I think it was a single one. Right, you want to hear it. It is a lot more shrill than what it was before, so obviously the new wire has done something, not to mention the new relay. Listen. It's more harmonious. Right, test the lights. Ready for them dark mornings and dark evenings. I should do both together just in case anything's gone pear-shaped. Yeah, come in, little fight. No flickers. Well, there's flickers from them lights purely because of the drain from the battery. But a good feeling of self-satisfaction. Tyres and iron still working. I should do a test of that as well, shouldn't I? Right, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Really hell. 5:30. Yes, tidy up. Mount it on that tinny bracket. It turned out it was clear silicone I used. I do have some clear inside. So I'll squidge it all on, leave it to set overnight. Should I use super glue on that doubly? I'll just put tape on. I mean, silicone won't exactly hold it together. I could use that Gorilla Glue as it dries like resin, but it takes a long time to dry. In fact, I might leave it like that until tomorrow. It's only a 20-minute job to tight it up. And come on. So that's all, job done. Sounds great. So, don't have to throw them horns away. Right, thank you for watching Faffing in the Backyard. I think I'll have some painkillers now. Just had a pleasant surprise because there's always silly drunken teenagers throwing bottles around in my back street, and I heard a clink. Just gone in the back, and it's one of the lads from the flats cleaning up with a grabber. I said, oh, thank you very much. I said, you're in the same mindset as me and anti-litterbug. Yeah, it's disgusting. I said, yeah. Plastic bottles, all sorts of bloody rubbish, and vodka bottles get smashed on a regular bloody basis. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You've no pride at all. I said, no, I bet they're all locals. Anyway, it's sort of refreshing to think the younger generation are no knobs. And on that bombshell, say goodbye. It took me nearly as long to tidy up as it did doing a bloody job. Yes, I'll move the water feature, and tomorrow I'll plug it in. It's back there. I figured it's no use of getting a relaxing water feature to look at after work in the sunshine while drinking a bottle of beer if you can't bloody see it. So it's back there. Yes, finished, but silicone's taken a while to dry. And I think I put the bloody little mounting box I had, put it back to front. It was less prominent than that. I'm going to paint some black paint over it anyway. If you can paint over silicone, certain paints will cover it eventually. Not that it's going to stand up to close inspection. And like I said, that brass tube is now connected to the crash bar with 4 cable zip ties. It was bent before, bent between 2 little holes, but not necessary. So I left the final test. Nice, isn't it? Nice frill tone, like I said, so it was the wiring after all. I always miss something, don't you, when you're tidying up. This mat keeps moving. Because it's on top of another one, it will do, won't it? So there we are, right, still working. That one, how can you see? Well, probably not. There is one pinged out. So that's got 49. The other one's got 50. But you know what I mean, rather than fighting around with that plug, which we're working loose, I'll just use that for the oxidizer now. No more faffing with plugs, just switch them all on with one little switch, which has a little green indicator anyway, you see. I know it's only a trivial job, but like I said, it's done now. Let's just hope it all holds together. That's why I dollop the silicone on to hold all the little spade connectors in place. That loop's a bit of a pain. I'll tidy that up tomorrow. It just wants pulling back to the battery. Wasn't sure how long to leave it. You don't want any tight spots, do you, when you're wiring things like this up? Yes, this is tidy, believe it or not. Yeah, I've not checked my lottery yet. I could be on an island like that this time next week if I won that 130 million. Thank you for watching and good night. Yeah, that's my tea ginger. You can have bacon. That whiskers, well that's Felix, but let's put some whiskers down. Kitten food, because the ginger's gums. And it stinks. I wonder if it's gone off. Well, Blackie's eating it. I suppose it does smell, doesn't it, cat food. Yes, I've nothing to go with this. I'm just having bacon and bread. Why not? Lots of salt and pepper on. Lovely jubbly, slightly overdone. Here and there, that's for feeding cats. Should have got some eggs. No eggs left in the fridge. I've not been out to the shops, I've just been doing that all bloody day. Never run out of eggs. It's work. There's some room on here. When I say tidy up, I mean pick it all up and chuck it on the kitchen table and sort it out tomorrow when I'm less knackered. I'm exhausted, I'm too old for faffing around with my bike, but imagine if I asked the shop to do all that 2 hours labour.